It's raining, and it's going to be raining all bleeding week. Ugh. No outside play for me. Hello, Lady and the Frogs. So Monday morning, just sort of not very motivated. But I did stay up. I was up quite late last night, sorting through my accounts and updating things. So I don't feel bad. Yeah. So Monday, 14th February. I know, Valentine's Day. I haven't really acknowledged anything about Valentine's Day, and I don't think my husband has, but we're not like going to get divorced over it. So, I've got a lot of underwhelming things that have sold, like things which I've said that I've accepted offers on, which had I not accepted offers on, I probably wouldn't have any sales at all. But it's like stuff which should have performed better / stuff I should have known better about picking up. So, this should be quite informative to as a video. So I'm going to get it all sorted and go in the post. I'd really like to take some photos, but I don't know how I'm going to do that. I've got all my clothes still sat there. I have done a really big clean, and the bathrooms are really nice. The bathrooms were so nice that I'd got into it on Saturday after I'd done it. So Saturday I had a really big clean through. And like I say, I've done my accounts. Like, when I say I've done my accounts, I mean I've made sure that all my receipts are sort of sensible. I've put my tax return that I've done, my previous tax returns, I've made a sort of folder for them, because that's the trouble, is that everything was overflowing. So now I should be a bit more organised in that I've got this empty, so that when I've got my receipts, I'll just put it in there. So instead of them sitting on the side where my desk is, or, in one of these envelopes, it's going to actually be in here and tidy. But my completed tax returns were just they were forcing this open, and although it's magnetic, it was just enough for it to push it open. So I've sort of I've made a DIY version, which it looks bloody awful at the moment, but I'm going to cover it in sticky back plastic so it doesn't look awful, because at the moment it is just a Carlsberg box and a Coca-Cola box on the bottom. It's got the last tax return up until April last year, and it's got the previous one, which is only a small one, in it. So, and there should be enough room to jam the next one in. So I think it's probably a good idea, because I just think that those box files that I've got I don't want to end up with zillions of them. I'm not running an office. Well, I am running an office. I just don't know what's going on. That's one of the things I'm going to be doing this week, is looking at issues that I've got and things that I need to sort out, like moving my pension. Because I used to have my pension with CIS, as in the cooperative insurance, but then they moved it to Royal London, and I don't like Royal London's attitude, because I'm not making any money, because it's all just going on fees for the product, which didn't used to happen before, and I've let that slide, so I really need to sort that out. So anyway, stuff that I've got to post. So this is all stuff which I've picked up expecting more from, and it just hasn't happened, except for one thing. So this is the best sale. This is sold for full price, what I was asking for it. So I've got £40 for this. So this I have sold as a artist smock. It's got sort of open pockets in it, so that, if you're working away, hopefully this won't come back. You see, that's another thing that's aggravated me, is that obviously there's been a lot of people who've worn their things out on Saturday night, and then they open returns on Sunday. So this is East, and it's pure linen, so I've got £40 for that. So that's a banging sale. Then I've got these shoes here. These didn't cost me anything. These were donated by my relatives who were clearing out. So these are like a TK Maxx thing. So they were only $16.99 in TK Maxx. So these wouldn't have gone for much. Annoyingly, this is the only box which I can find, but you know, at least that's something that's not going to be falling around. So those have only gone for £8.50, but I didn't pay for anything for them. It's just something that I wanted out of the way. So this book, these point horror things were selling really, really, really well, and then World Books came along, and they've tanked the prices on these. So this, a lot of these on their own used to sell for around the 15 region, which is what I was expecting to get for this. You know, at least £10. But World Books have come along, and literally now it's worth £3. So I have no idea what their fucking problem is. Why do they come along and do this? Because surely it's in their interest to get as much money as they can for a product. I just don't understand why you would tank the price of something. It's so ridiculous. It's like turning into Amazon, this bloody eBay. So anyway, I've got £5 for that with free post. So, you know, that's them. I probably could have held out for more for this, but you know, I do need to get the ball rolling. So this hasn't been on for any more than a week, and I've got, I want to say £10. Yeah, I think that was it. It's only one of these Uniqlo things, and it's no, I've got 15 for this. I have got 15. I won't have let it go for that little. So it's got Mount Fuji. What's his name? Hokusou Blue. Yeah, so, you know, Uniqlo is like becoming like COVID, isn't it? And it's everywhere. It's not interesting anymore to anybody. This I've had for ages. So once upon a time, Fred Perry and Ben Sherman used to sell for a lot, and now they don't. I don't know why. This I've had since the dawn of time. Yeah, Ben Sherman. It's got scooters on it. It should have sold for more. £8.50 is what it's gone for. Fine by me. It's gone. I don't have to keep looking at it and thinking. And then there's this dress, which I've had before, and it took ages to sell, and then I saw it again and picked it up again. So that's the worst. That's the worst thing I could have ever done to myself. I mean, I hope I only paid £2 for it. Again, £8.50 I think for that. It is what it is. I just didn't. Every time I look at it, it annoys me. This has gone for 20. I did laugh when this person, because it's like absolutely battering. And there's somebody in Bridlington's bought this, and I was just thinking, it's almost a bit bracing there. Whistles, nice little summery, sleeveless, what do you call it, play suit. I got £20 for that, so that's okay. No, that's not to be sniffed at. This brand, which I will not be picking up anymore, I did the test failed. Kim & Co. Had these for ages. Took an offer of 15. Wet Look, 3XL these are. Didn't sell. I should probably keep them for myself. I mean, evidently, I bought a pair of joggers last week, and they do not fit. They're like so low rise, it's ridiculous. But that's, yeah, I shouldn't buy Converse because the trainers don't even fit me. So, I've got the stains out though, so they'll be going back in my pile, but I don't know if anybody who's size medium will be interested in those joggers. Very annoying. And then this coat, which I put on auction, it did have a flaw. It did have a repair here, which I'd noticed. It's a decent repair. But obviously it's Sherpa lined. Everybody else has sold these for around the 60 to 80 region. I put mine on auction thinking it would do really well, and it's gone for £31. So absolutely fantastic. Carhartt. So maybe there is something to the fact that people are boycotting the brand. because of their vax opinions. So that's it. Unimpressed, but it's still money coming in. So yeah, that's my post, and I'm cleaned. I'm going to focus on what I'm doing this week. I'm going to get my accounts up to date. I'm going to photo iron, do the stains, do sewing jobs. I'm going to get all of that sorted. It is looking tidier in here. So, you know, I have that. So my mind feels less crazy because of that. You see, it's like last week I was like beating myself up and saying, oh, I haven't cleaned. And then when I was like doing the hoovering and mopping, I was thinking, actually it was only like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I pulled the whole sofa out and hoovered and did everything behind the sofa and mopped everything. So it hasn't even been that long. It just felt like that long. I don't know why. So I'm going to try and keep it a bit more clean. I think if I'm like in control of the amount of stuff which I'm dealing with, then it's not so bad. But it's because I had that influx of stock which I wasn't really expecting. It just felt a bit chaotic. So that's me. I am going to crack on with the rest of my day. And he wants to go out and play. Aww. I'm not impressed with this weather. I really hope I can do some photos this week, because I hate it when it's like this. It's so dingy and it's so hard to get photos. I think it's like this, it's the midday point is about as good as it gets. But yeah, we'll see what we manage. So it's Thursday morning. Sorry for the big gap. Obviously it was Valentine's Day on Monday, and my husband ended up with a day off because the asbestos people were in apparently, and they couldn't have like loads of people knocking around. So we ended up having a really nice Valentine's Day, even though they like thought they were like punishing him because the only other work that they had was in Leeds, and our car is literally going to drop to bits if it goes to Leeds. So we ended up having a really nice Valentine's evening in, because we didn't have to like think, oh, you've got to go to bed because you've got to be up in the morning. So yeah. So it was off most of Tuesday. I did do a fair bit of work on Tuesday, in that the room is literally filled with clothing. So I've listed a few like bits, but I'm going to be really on it today and take loads of photos. And yesterday I went sourcing, so I'll put that on as a separate video, because these become too long and when I edit them they screw up. And I'm sure that you can see this state of it out here. All of this has fallen down. So thankfully the stuff at B&M is there now, so we've got to get some more. We've got this stuff covered in ivy, this bamboo stuff which is a lot stronger, which was at Argos, but I really was loathed to spend £30 that it is on Argos for one piece of it, just because it's got some solar lights which don't really work. So now we've got that job to do, and I think we're going to get more weather again, and it's just the right mess. This place is going to fall down anyway by the sound of the way it is in the wind. So I'm going to swiftly go out and just post these two things which I've got here, which is this t-shirt which has been around for ages, which is Ted Baker, which I got a whole bunch of them last year, and you know, a load of them sold really quickly because we're in a heat wave, and then some of them have just kicked about. So I've only got £8 for that, and then I've got an offer on this shirt yesterday which I probably shouldn't have accepted because it's absolutely huge, so I don't think I can send that large letter. And that's Fat Face, quite a nice denim. I had that on for, I don't know, I'm a bit desperate I think, so I just accepted their offer of 12 quid, which was probably a bit daft. You know, I should have counted. I sold something else. I sold some Lego yesterday, which I also accepted a low offer on. I say low, it was just some minifigures that were pulled out of a Frozen Elsa, well no, it didn't, it was Anna and the reindeer, but the minifigures seemed to sell for a fair bit. So they offered me 12 and I accepted that. Technically I could just put all the minifigures on their own and probably get a lot more for them, but I haven't done that. And one of the things that I have done, I'm trying to work out if I can. No, it's not going to happen. It's just too big because it's denim. Yeah, I can't large letter that. Yeah, one of the things I have done is I have opened my Etsy shop. Annoyingly, somebody else is called Secondhand Stardust, even though I'm called Helga Betty Secondhand Stardust. You can't have spaces or hyphens or anything. So I called myself HB Secondhand Stardust. So I've opened that. I've put the expensive bag on, which I don't know, it's like, that bag is so painful because I know that there was two and I've only got one and one went in the bin. And I just keep thinking about this one that went in the bin. It's like I've got some kind of like mental problem about it. So it's really stupid because I've got one of these bags. Somebody offered me £220 and I just don't, I know that 250 is cheap for it. And it sounds really stupid for something that was free. But, you know, I don't know, I'm sort of holding out for that. So I've put that on Etsy. So now I'm in like this confusing stage where the laptop version of Etsy says something different to what the app version of Etsy says. So on my laptop, it wants me to offer free postage even overseas. And, you know, I'm happy to do that. So you can offer different prices for things that are overseas. So I've put it on for £300. I've put it on for £275 in this country on Etsy, and because I'm like not familiar with it. And then I've put it on for £300 for other parts of the country, other parts of the world, you know, and interplanetary. But then on the app, it sort of like says that that you can do sort of like separate things, but I haven't really worked it out. I want to put my vintage jigsaws on, so I've created some drafts for that on the app because that's what I like to do. All of this stuff here, which I've got, this is my sewing jobs. I've done my sewing jobs. I've got more stain stuff there. There's stains that have been done in the haul. This is all ironed and ready to go, and then the ironing board is up there. And there's a whole pile of stuff there. It's absolutely unbelievable how much stuff I've got. So I've got no worries, really. I just want to get it on and run a load of auctions. I want to put all my coats and my jumpers onto auction because, you know, it feels like a bit of a last chance saloon for those type of things. But anyway, with the Etsy thing, the same as how I do with eBay, I like to take all my photos on my phone and then use the app, and I'd always do just sell similar and just make a little dummy thing of it. But it seems like with the Etsy things, I'm going to have already done my eBay listing so that I can put all of the information in to the listing on Etsy, because it won't just let you do photos and a dummy sort of draft like eBay will. And I mean, using Etsy, you know, it makes eBay look like a fucking Rolls Royce of an app. So yeah, I'm going to persevere with it anyway, because it's just like, it has to be done. As you can see, sales are slow with eBay. But I've only been listing like 5 things a day, so it's not good enough really. I again put some effort into my personal account because they again offered me discounted listings, so it would be rude not to take it, and I needed to refresh some of the other listings, so I did that. Not that the sales have been like great on there, but you know, that's what I did anyway. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to rush these things to the post office, go and see what bargains they have at the Tesco, get some milk. It is actually the time of the month. So I did an experiment last month and it wasn't so bad. And the experiment is, and I know that I sound like one of these nutcases, the experiment is that I didn't use the tranexamic acid that I've been given by the hospital. And I really upped my collagen intake. And I had a normal period. So I'm doing the same this month now. I'm only on this bovine powdered stuff, which one of the Kardashians, I think it's Khloe Kardashian, is part of. And if that works, I'm going to be one of these people that starts babbling on about marine collagen, because I think I'm going to probably try that, even though it's extortionately expensive. Oh, but wouldn't that be far better than having a hysterectomy and all this other stuff which the hospital suggest? I can't say that I've been exercising any more than I usually do, although I walk a fair decent amount. You know, it's only like a mile or so a day, so it's not even that much. So, I mean, it's early days, but we'll see. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I think there's more stuff there that needs sewing. It's not all, my sewing box is in there. So staying stuff that needs doing. I've got this freaking bag back, which they couldn't do. So I need to get a rivet for that. My husband was able to get it out, fine. So I really have no idea what these professionals are professional piss takers. Obviously, the stuff which I've got ironed there, and then, woo, this chaos. This box here, which is stuff I got yesterday, and then all of this other stock. That I've got photos done for. And the orange thing, that is listed. And I think there's something else, because I've had a few returns that I've relisted. You know, the returns that are opened on Sunday. Because you know how many things get delivered on Sunday. You know, not that they were like worn on Saturday night and then the return was opened on Sunday, because that wouldn't have happened. But, you know, that old chestnut. So I've had 3 returns this week and low sales. So not good. Right, so that's my plan. I'm going to really crack on with this. I'm going to take this post now, and hopefully the wind will blow these wretched clouds away and it'll just stay this light, because this is the sort of light that I need to do photos. So I'm just going to see how much I can get done. And that's my goal for the day. So thank you for watching. If you want to see the whole of that, that's a separate video, which I'll do shortly. Okay, right, thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.